Hello, my people. How's everyone doing on this early morning? I am usually not live. I am fluffy. I am up late. But I had to talk about something before I lay my head down tonight. And I'll give a couple minutes, see if anybody else comes in. If they do, great. If not, I'm sure they'll see it in the morning. How's everybody doing? My insomniacs. I know it's a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? My title is a little weird, I guess you could say, and it's entitled Recycle because I feel like, in my opinion, that is exactly what we are doing as creators pertaining to the Summer Wells case. These are my opinions. It doesn't make me right. It doesn't make me wrong. I just have to talk about it. Quinny, I did just come on. Yes, I did. So, last night, Ziggy was live, and I wasn't on or anything like that. I wasn't watching YouTube at the time, and I get a message, and I hear them, some of them talking about mentioning Jose, um, and there was some issue that they had said that they thought that Jose was potentially in Rogersville the week before or the week of that Summer went missing. We cleared the air yesterday, and they, Cam and them and everybody, they didn't think that you know it was Jose or anything like that. But then I'm very good friends with Ziggy and Cam and all of them. But I get on this evening, and what's that, Quinny? Can I just say a couple of women talking about Ziggy are right, right. So then I get on YouTube this evening, and Prayer Garden is on. And she's talking about that she talked to Dudley. Dudley has never lied to her, according to Prayer Garden. And she said, Dudley said that Jose was up at the wells the week before Summer went missing. And I have proven everything that I can prove when it comes to Jose. It took 3 months to find him. I see you and I looking relentlessly. And Jose is not here. He's not He's not alive anymore. But this is what I can say about Jose. I would be willing to bet anything on that Jose. That is exactly right, the other Sharon. And it's not that I'm trying to take up for Jose necessarily or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is he was not there, and we are literally wasting our time recycling these stories that should be, out. Chris McDonough, like, literally checked everything. Jose gave him his social security number, hospital record. I mean, everything. And I figured this was going to come up because Jonathan Lee Riches he made a video a couple days ago. He said he got some tips that, Jose could have been around the Summer Wells property. Now, these are the things that is insane. According to JLR's video, JLR is on the side of the highway in the middle of the night with a North Carolina sign. And he's like, I've got some leads, with like headlights, lighting up the sign and him. And first of all, it wasn't North Carolina, it was South Carolina. So that was wrong. Second of all, Jose left in late summer, early fall from the Wells property. He moved to South Carolina for a very, very brief period of time. Very brief period of time. He then went to Puerto Rico, where a lot of his family is. Jose left, like I said, late summer, very early fall of 2020. Hey, say Robbie, good to see you. He left in 2020. Summer went missing June 15th, 2021. Okay. Jose did not have a car at all. And, she's like, well, Dudley said he was up there the week before. In an interview, Dudley said that he's never even met Jose whatsoever. None. Yes, okay, thank you. I see you. Jose left August 16th, 2020. Summer got gone June 15th, 2021. Months and months later. Yes. Chris would have known. Jose called the authorities so much, especially after he got on here, that, they just said, listen, if we need you, Jose, we will call you. Everything is fine. Donald told Dudley that lie about Jose being there. You know what I think it is? I'll tell you in just a second. But, it just does not make sense. Second of all, if you think for a minute that Jose done it, even after everything we have proved that he was not a RSO or anything like that. After Chris did his investigating on him, after TBI, FBI, local, and you still believe this, something is wrong with your belief system, number one. And number two, there is no factual evidence at all. If you guys remember, Allie had stated, when H was doing his interview, that, you remember, Dawn called up there, or Dawn called Candace and said, there's a guy up there, trying to touch the kids or whatever. And then Allie stated that it was some old drunk up there who had been hanging around a couple weeks, that he fights with his wife. That is the only thing that I can think of that they are potentially getting mixed up. Because, I mean, really, like, this is the first thing we have to eliminate. And it's been a year, and we still can't do it. We cannot eliminate the parents. Now think about that for 1 minute. Think about it. That's okay, Tooth Fairy. Good seeing you, honey. After a year, we cannot eliminate Dawn and Candace, right? Now, I will say, if we can find out exactly where Dawn and Candace were from 3 p.m. to about 6:30 p.m., exactly where they were at all times, then we may be able to do something to prove or not prove. But I can say that regardless whether it's Jody Sue, whether it's anybody else, Jose or anything, I mean, trust me, as much as I really detest Jody Sue, to be honest with you, I do not think Jody Sue directly did anything, in my opinion, to Summer Wells. Now, could there have been drugs involved with the Wells that could, something could have went on because, Dawn owed money or this or this? Potentially. Absolutely. But I do not think I don't think anyone did it, in my opinion. Anyone did it other than Dawn or Candace or Grandis or someone on that property. You don't just call someone and say, there's someone up there on that property that is, potentially doing inappropriate things to children, and then nobody goes there and does anything. Don didn't do anything, allegedly. He didn't go there. You don't just leave 3 kids there all day long, nobody in sight, and then get home and then literally go for 2 minutes over to a camper and a kid vanishes. It doesn't happen. I don't give a shit how many people says, well, I can run down with the pill of sack and everything else. I don't care. I don't care. Whoever took that child, whoever took that child, was affiliated with 110 Ben Hill, or at the very minimum was affiliated with Ben Hill Road. I have never been in law enforcement. Most YouTubers in true crime haven't. I will tell you one of these days why I got into true crime. I don't have a criminal history or anything like that, so the only thing I have is speeding tickets. I have plenty of those, but that's it. But it stems from my childhood. And that is what drives me to not find necessarily, to get these children's faces out. Whether I have 1 in my chat room or I have 5,000 in my chat room. Okay. Like, this is frustrating for all of us. It's frustrating for us as creators. It's frustrating for you as subscribers because we all really care about Summer. There is not a person that I think in the true crime community, I really believe no matter our differences, everyone cares about Summer Wells in the true crime community. Some, uh, we differ on how we conduct our channels, what we say, but just because Jose told me something, it doesn't mean I take his word as gospel. In fact, in true crime, when someone tells you something, you do not believe them in a case. You do not believe them. You have to either prove it or disprove it. One, why did Don call and ask why they were going, yes, home? Two, why did he take the Subaru? Three, why was Andy seen on Ben Hill Road at 3-ish? Precisely. This could be, even some sort of, trafficking. It could be, you know, it could be anything. I mean, it is possible. It is possible. Exactly. Document and verify. So, the only thing I can think is they're getting that drunk that stayed up there the week before Summer went missing and saying it's like Jose or something. Because Dudley himself said he has never seen Jose. He's never met Jose. Jose said he's never met him. Dudley, you know. And the thing about it is, Don has thrown everyone under the bus. Everyone under the bus. Don't you think Don and Candace would say, you know what? Dudley was up here the last week before, a few days before Summer went missing. Better check him. You don't think they would have said that? He's thrown everybody under the bus. That's another thing. Why did he say that? We just got her back. Tell me this. Chris even talked about it the other day, and I was also listening to an old interview Don did on Chris's channel. And Chris asked Don, what's your relationship with your ex-wife? And Don's like, oh, she's a good lady. We still talk. She got her life straightened up, everything like that. And then Chris asked, well, I'm going to ask you a tough question. And Don's like, okay, go for it, man. And then Chris says something to the effect of, you know, what was the time that you had your kid and they, you know, was at someone else's house and your wife had to go get them? He didn't say it in a very direct way. But Don has literally tried to trade, sell, whatever, his children for drugs. Don has done unspeakable things as a young man. The day after Summer went missing, before Don's sisters ever met Chris, these brave women called TBI. Their sisters, Don's sisters, called TBI the very next day and said, I have to tell you something. My brother did this to me. I was going to go to the police as a young woman, as a kid, but you know what? My mom and dad, my dad said the family's broken apart. Now imagine being a teenager and having that burden on you of you decide whether the entire family stays together. So Don's dad made these young women not speak about it. They had to live with this, secret which festers as poison and trauma and manifests itself into different behaviors and choices and drugs. But guess what? They suffered for many years. But 6 brave women have came forward. I've seen channels shaming them. Seen one just the other night. Just shaming them. That's exactly right, Celeste. He was protected all of his life. He was absolutely protected all of his life. Just let him do what he wants or he'll pitch a bitch and we'll all have to listen to it and we'll all have to face the wrath of Don. So he got away with these behaviors. That's exactly right, Justice Cheney. That's exactly right. But you can't tell me the day after Summer went missing, it was compelled for Don's sister to call the TBI and say, he did this to me. I have to speak up. When Summer was dancing by the for sale barrel, oh, it's possible. It's just sad what, it's okay to have opinions, but opinions are not facts. Opinions do not bring Summer home. It doesn't. It doesn't bring her home. Your opinion was Jose was there the week before? Prove it. Prove it. Because there's nothing there. I won't protect anyone, anywhere, anyhow, any way, at all. 0 freaking percent to anyone that harms a child, harms an animal, harms an elderly person, harms a disabled person. Won't do it. Won't do it. If we want justice for Summer, we have to stop recycling the news, stop recycling the suspects of the week, and start actually trying to find some, what's going on in this timeline. That is my biggest questions. That's my biggest questions. We went over the other night about Dawn saying, it was amazing that we didn't get, we never have service all the way home, but for some reason it happened that night. Well, was that divine intervention or was it him bullshitting? Is it just so happens that the phones got deleted, all 3 of them, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.? Or not? The TBI isn't going to delete your phone. All they need to do is download it. Is it, Hunt H, he said when Don called and said there's someone at the house, potentially touching, doing inappropriate things. And even little H said that was suspicious to me because how could he know that someone is up there? That's exactly right. The 3 hours missing are the key pointer lever. If we can find out what happened in those 3 hours, we will solve this case. But that's what everybody's trying to find out. And you know what? And I pray to God, TBI or others may know. They may know what happened, but they may still not know exactly where. You gotta. Well, I can tell you more than one. Does law enforcement know they had multiple phones? I'm sure. I mean, I would think by now that law enforcement knows a hell of a lot more than what any of us do, right? Because they're law enforcement. I do not know. I do not know. Hey, Fizzle, how are you? Good to see you. But, Chris said, how often does two family members go missing? How often? I can't think of any. 10 years apart? Whatever happened from about 3 to 6. Yes, which is, what is it? You have about 2 to 3 chances more likely to get struck by lightning, like twice, I think it is, before you actually win the lottery. Thank you, Happy. Law enforcement knows a lot they aren't saying. Yes. I'm sorry, when evil entered. I'm usually not up this late. Well, I'm usually up, but I'm usually in bed in my underwear. So, you know. We just have to stop. Like, we have to remember these are people's lives. They really are. And I know we get caught up, all of us, in the drama sometimes. None of us know exactly, Trinity. None of us know exactly what happened to Summer. My bets are, truthfully, the parents. Now, the neighbors. I mean, you have to, guys, there'll never be another case like this. There really will never be another case like this. You'll just never find another couple exactly like Don and Candace who get on YouTube and drink and lie and, just beat the shit out of each other every day and just do nothing to try to get back their kids. Candace has, 7 children? 7 children? And how many does she have right now? 0. 0. And we're all looking around like, could it be him? Could it be him? Could it be her? Could it be him? Could it be her? I mean, yeah, it's possible it could be other people. But is it probable? And now we've got some, there'll just never be another case like this. There really won't, with the YouTube media and just the lies and the fabric. I mean, who fabricates a story about getting locked up while your child is missing? No, he did not take that video. See, this is what I'm saying, Fizzle. This is what I'm saying. I mean, it just amazes me that, people's like, Jose was there the week before. No, he wasn't. He was not. I mean, people can make any video they want, but I will guarantee you, when this case is over and done, guarantee you, they wasted their time. They wasted their time. Yeah, Fizzle. No, I understand. I understand. I mean, I know you're going to verify and everything too, but Prayer Garden's up there tonight, and she's like saying, stuff about Jose, and like just a couple weeks prior, she's saying that he had nothing to do with it, put prayer hands in there for Jose and everything. And I'm like, boy, the tides flipped quick. So Prayer Garden's having Deadly on tomorrow. Yeah, I would just like to know, like, because if she's having Deadly on, I would love to talk. It's taped with Deadly. And then she's talking. Listen, before you believe any other YouTuber in true crime, myself included, like, look at the ones who have been police officers, detectives, something, who actually, you know what I mean? Like, I'm humble enough to know that. And her, she's like, well, it's all about money for the rest of y'all. Yeah, she is, Fizzle. It will only be a recording. Perfect. But listen, I'm going to personally. Oh, no problem, Josh. Thank you. You know, that's what I was just saying. I mean, like I'm going to personally believe somebody who's been in law enforcement for 30 years other than just someone who gets on here and, says, "Oh, well, I talked to this drunk. It must be true." No. It's the most ridiculous thing. Some of us really, honest to God, want to make a little bit of a difference. You know, to to get people's stories out. And then some people just want to fuck up the whole place. That's the truth too. Thank you, Celeste, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Thank you. Remember in the beginning, we all thought PG was done trolling us. You know what? She still may be. It still may be done. Thank you, Josh, for becoming a member. Appreciate you very much. Um, I believe Dudley when he said, you know, I mean, this is the thing with all of these people. I mean, look at everyone on Ben Hill Road. Like, if you wrote a soap opera, or like, it's like, you know, backwoods, I mean, Ziggy, she's trying to do the family tree, and it's like, she's like, fuck this, I'm just out. Because, you don't know who's who. Thank you, Bobby Brown. It is very appreciated, and we owe a lot to Chris. I mean, everything we base everything off of from the beginning is because of him. And then, you have like these other people like just saying horrible things, and I'm like, well, fuck, you're basing everything off of it too. You should be appreciative. No, she's she might have been in love. Yeah, Brenda, it's it's a lot. It's a case that none of us are we can let go. Summer was given up on her entire life. Her entire life she was really unnoticed. But she's loved by so many of us at the same time. Thank you when Evil entered. It's just like, I mean, I've talked about it. Josh has talked about it. Chris has talked about it. It's like I beat my head to the fucking moon with this. And it's just like, it's just recycled. Recycle it up. I guess people, it's like, can we stop this? Yeah. So anyway, it's almost 2 a.m. Is there anybody else on? Yes, you can't even get her brace on. Yeah, you shit. I mean, listen, do you think Candace is going to walk Summer over 30 feet and say, "Boys, watch out after your sister"? No. I'm going to put your grandma's leg brace on while I cook dinner, tend to the garden, and wash clothes. Yeah. Get right on that. She says Don ain't going to Utah. We'll see about that. If I have to wait 5 more years to get the real suspects. That's exactly right. You know, it sucks to wait. The wheels of justice turn slowly, as they say. That is true. But, I would rather them have, not jump like the Barry Morphew case. Suzanne Morphew. I would rather them get the facts together and do it right. And if that's how long we have to wait, that's how long we have to wait. But there's times that I think we may never get answers. And then I think I'm just not sure if I could live with that, to be honest with you. Hey, Rick. I'm just like, we just have to find answers for this little girl because everybody gave up on her. Everybody gave up on her. We cannot give up on Summer. But I really pray not only for Summer, but for the boys, that they break the cycle. That they break the cycle of addiction, that they break the cycle of just trauma, this generational. And I really pray that they have some really good guidance in front of them and some really good professionals that won't give up on them either. We are Summer's Army. And no matter how chaotic it gets on here, just know that there are good people on here that don't have to do 12-hour lives of bitching out another creator because they think differently or anything like that. This is the biggest rant I've ever done, probably the only one. But I had to say this tonight. I really had to say that because, I mean, when it comes to Jose, he did, you understood Summer a little bit better. But, did he embellish things? Probably, yeah. Yes, we can see you, Kimberly. Yes. But he certainly didn't do it. Like I said, don't you think the FBI would have drug his ass in a long time ago? Yeah, I did a little rant about the Rose Ply thing. Thanks for reminding me, Tracy. Yeah. So, yeah, she did. You're right, Ruby. But anyway, guys, if you pray tonight, please pray for my dear friend Jackie S. She is in the hospital, very, very, very ill. And it was very, very serious. Oh, this is a rant. I was wondering why it's so heavy. I missed a lot. This is my rant, Fizzle. Yeah, we all did rant about that. But please pray for Jackie. Yes, Jackie has been through hell and back. Her daughter was murdered. I did a interview with her when I first started my channel. Just a wonderful human being. Wonderful. And she had a hip problem that cracked or broke. She had surgery. She got home that day. She got up and it failed. She had to go back and have it done again. And then there was some breathing issues, and it's been very touch and go. But we've been praying a lot. And I tell you, I do believe in the power of prayer. And I know that she has been getting better numbers and better numbers throughout the last several hours. Yes, Beverly. And they have to check her blood fairly every few hours, actually. And her numbers have been getting so much better. And I want to thank all of you guys who pray. And please send her good vibes if you don't. And pray for Summer and all of these missing, exploited children, adults, everyone. Pray for anybody who's hurting. Pray for the world. We need it. When my son was burned 95% of his body, the doctor said he would die. Prayer saved him, and he is good to this day. Praise the Lord. It's good to hear when evil entered. There is a lot of missing and hurting people. You know, we're all hurting to an extent, right? But we all have trauma in our lives or issues, but no infection, Jeanette. No infection. Thank God. But, you know, if you become of service to other people, in my opinion, that's a way to help heal some of your trauma and realize that maybe mine isn't as bad as what other people's is. I have, I'm not a big bumper sticker person, but I do have a quote on the back of my car, and I have a quote in in my office at work and stuff. And it's my favorite quote in the entire world. And it says, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, to all the people you can, in all the places you can, as long as ever you can." And that is by John Wesley. And that is what I try to live by. But sometimes I get petty, I gotta say. So it is what it is. It's life. That's right, Fluffy Nana. Yeah, thank you, Fizzle. Okay, guys. I'm going to bed. I really am. Be good. Try not to cut anybody tonight on YouTube. I'm just kidding. All right. It really is, Fizzle. You are right. And thank you for being just a voice of reason. You really are. And I appreciate you for that. Yeah, I was wondering, is that her new name, Mama or Fluffy Mama? I'm just seeing Fluffy. Good night, Miss Fletcher. Good night, everybody. Thank you. It's me. Appreciate you all. I plan on getting some sleep. I gotta work tomorrow. Ugh. It's all right. Good night. God bless. Merry Christmas.